clean feeds. Yeah, we would like clean feeds at some
Oh,
point.
hey, oh, we're in. We are immediately in, by the way.
What?
I'm watching the game right now.
Oh shoot, I'm behind a ton.
Oh, you are behind a ton. All right, well, I'm going to talk us through this, everybody. We are in. We are ready to go on this game. It is blurry, but we're getting something right now. We're watching from the coach's perspective, by the way, from Team Turkey. So that's why you're only going to see stuff from Team Turkey's side. So you're going to take what you're going to get, I suppose so. So Turkey, at the very least, you see them starting out over on the Emre Lucio Zarya Tracer as well. We'll see what ends up coming out of that. As Portugal permanently putting themselves over on the point, trying to find a way to break through, but eventually Portugal will take the first inch over on the point. And Mega Ninja, we'll talk this through in a minute and get you caught up as fast as we possibly can right now, but I think we're relatively even with each other, about a half-second difference. So we're going to go on and continue with it, and we'll see who is going to get things started in this big battle.
Yeah, unfortunately, Braven getting taken out of the engagement is going to make things a little bit more difficult, as Portugal does have that first cap on a board. Right now, Lethal just kind of taking an off angle, trying to get something done, but a lot of damage getting put onto Kabi, as they're going to be having to get kited a little bit. Farouk also doing wonders on that Lucio, but look at the health bars. Everybody's so incredibly low. Rod takes down Lethal, Kabi gets taken next, and it looks like Portugal's going to win out the fight, as it is unfortunately going to be more percentage going the way of Portugal.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. The full wipe comes through as well. But look at the ult tracking that's going on through there. And Ayumi, she's going to have the Kitsune rush. Dankfunk is not too far behind, though. In fact, should have it on, I think, realistically, to have the mirror thrown back the other way. We'll see how it ends up going down, though, as we need to be ready to pull around this corner, trying to work up towards things like that Graviton Surge. But you see, Portugal is in no rush to put this corner. They're going to keep spamming it away. And eventually, the solo grab, Sound Barrier going to be used to commit in. But still, Pulse Rod and Cappy is deleted. They do everything in their power to take care of business, and that they shall do. With 70% left on the board. They're going to be reset once more, but they still have City Rush and Pulse Bomb, but Cabby is unlikely to get this grab on in time.
Yeah, really good stuff from them instantaneously on the side of Portugal. Had to commit a lot of ults in order to get the job done, but they are going to be able to win out that fight. And so now it's the last fight territory for Turkey. They need to make sure they get through this choke, as they also have to make sure they don't commit too many ults. Otherwise, they're going to be in a downward position for the upcoming fight. They need to make sure they at least get a touch going.
Yeah, they do right now. Already little bodies right now. Braven, though, 2K. Pulse Bomb comes through. And Cabby going to help out with some of that cleanup. So Turkey is going to be able to flip this point over. Overtime does trigger. 99% will be the cause. But that is their last couple of ultimates. And to this measure, I don't think Rodafi has used the Sound Barrier yet. So they should have a solution for the Graviton Surge.
Yeah, they're going to look to see if they can get something done for the sides of, I mean, this grab has to be absolutely massive, right? That's the real important factor, as if they're able to get a really good fight win off of this, that they can build up their other ults in order to, you know, prolong other fights. But I mean, this one's the most important one. If they can manage to get this done, especially with an override protocol being forced, there's the grab. We're going to connect onto a couple players, and an Ajax from Rod is going to make things a lot better for Turkey's chances now.
That's not good, because I think I do see him start to raise it. I don't know if it was a voice line, but I feel like he definitely raises it. Oh my god. I don't know if I can confirm. Can you 100% confirm that was an Ajax?
I feel it in my heart of hearts. I feel like it was.
We're gonna find out in about 5 seconds if it's an Ajax or not, because if not, they're gonna pull this corner and they're going to pull it hard with a Sound Barrier, knowing that they have enough resources to burst through right now. Especially as Cabby is playing up really aggressively. By the way, he's running out of care really fast. The fact that they haven't been taken down yet is genuinely kind of amazing. But Sound Barrier coming online. Lethal has the key to victory, potentially so, especially as everybody gets out of there alive. We're back to 65% and rolling. It's going to come down to this final fight right now, where Override Protocol is going to be used, and everybody simply just has to hide away.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage put onto Zarya, who has the bubble, has the statistic ability. Oh, Kabi has to be very careful for their life. That's just a lot of damage, a lot of pressure. But Lethal might be overextended a little bit, has to back up and get the bubble on the way out. But a grab, going to shut that out as Lethal falls. Kabi gets traded, but gets one on the way out, as it's going to be Braven and Kirito going to have to try to go for last fight territory. They have a couple ults coming online, but Braven needs to go magical here.
Unfortunately, no magic to be found quite yet. Just overextend a little bit. I think they smell blood in the water. They try to go for it. Just doesn't work out for them, unfortunately. So that's the first one heading over to Portugal, but still a lot of fight back in that one. They bounce back really well from being down 99 to nothing. So We'll just have to wait and see momentarily how it's going to develop from here, as we already see Cabby potentially going over to that D.Va instead, which honestly I would like quite a lot.
Yeah, and it was an Ajax. Just confirming for the folks back home, it was indeed an Ajax. My spidey senses were completely on track, so I'd like a little bit of
You'll get some credit. We'll give you some of those cookies that were meant for Factor X, not Factor X, Commander X.
Actually. Can I have both of the cookies?
I don't know about both, man. We gotta hand them out to the other co-streamers. We gotta be kind. Sharing is caring, and caring is cool.
Caring is cool.
Well, you know who else is caring right now? Turkey. I'm sure they care a lot right now. Just like Portugal, their tournament life is on the line as we speak, with the second round underway. Now, the rough part is you are running a D.Va into a Zarya. It's not theoretically impossible, but you're going to have a thing where Portugal is going to be looking at Cabby this entire time without any amount of sympathy.
Yeah. Oh, Yumi's going to be able to find that opening pick onto the EMEA of the side of Portugal, but another trade instantaneously going to put them in a 4v4 situation. This D.Va is going to be a little bit of a... It's going to be difficult to stay on this D.Va into that Zarya. You know, you're going to take a lot of beam damage, and you're not going to be able to just, you know, DM it all, and they are going to be taken out of the mech because of it, as right now it is going to be looking like Portugal take this fight yet again and get that first cap, as this Tracer just stalling as long as possible, but eventually gets forced off and taken out. And that's going to be Portugal taking this first cap.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they went over to their own Zarya. Maybe they go over to a Ramatra, but no, I see that defense matrix. It's definitely still a D.Va. I don't hate it, but like, you need to find value like before the D.Va has to run into the face of the Zarya. Like that's the unfortunate situation. So somebody like Raven or Lethal are going to find value early on. And hey, an override protocol, that's a great way to find some inherent value, as everyone trying to hide away as best as they can. And it looks like everyone's going to stay away from Lethal right now, who does plenty of damage, but Sound Barrier is going to be there to hang around. Everyone need to be on the run, as Portugal close to laying that cap over. Unfortunately, it's going to be nothing in the bank here, as Cabby gets one on the way out.
Yeah, now we look at the ults. I mean, both support ults coming online here, and the pulse bomb also for the side of Braven. But something needs to change here for Turkey in order to get the job done. I don't know if this Tracer or this D.Va is going to keep working. I think you might have to swap over. Maybe you go the Ramatra, maybe mirror the Zarya again. You do have this Tracer. That's something that can be considered. Braven has this pulse bomb, has to go absolutely massive with it. But Lethal with the nice opening pick onto that Kiriko is going to make things a little bit easier for Turkey to ease their way in. Pulse bomb going to go wide a little bit from the side of Portugal here, as it is going to be a couple of bodies going onto the objective for Turkey here. They need to get a flip here, and they need to get it fast.
Yeah, 100%. We're already coming to 70%. I mean, Graviton Surge is definitely online, so it's going to be massive for them to have to try to maybe touch one more time, but they won't. They'll give it up at 71%, as the Cinnabar is going to be used very aggressively here to try to get into the backline, but it's used just as quickly on the other side. No cleanse available, so this has to be a massive pulse coming in from Braven. Instead, it's going to be the Sound Barrier used to commit, keep everybody alive. Tigolini Rappa going to fall on over. It's a big fight win, big needed one for Turkey, as Portugal has to hit the reset button with no Graviton Surge online.
Yeah, they used the Graviton Surge, and I think they also used a lot of their ults in order to, you know, try to turn that fight. But now Turkey have the advantage. We do see Gala coming online here. That's pretty cool, as the Pulse Bomb is still online here for Braven. Has to get a nice stick. Otherwise, this could definitely flip in the other favor. As right now, you just need to kind of stall out as much as possible. Try to build your ult online for this next upcoming ult fight, which is going to be so crucial. You need to win this out.
Yep. Big. So Braven still has Pulse Bomb sitting by right now without a Graviton Surge. Not too much to worry about, but you know for a fact that Sound Barrier should still be online. They have the ability to take a super aggressive fight without any other sort of 4 options sitting by. Same thing though, as Cabby does having that bomb is going to be helpful, but Lethal, immediate blow over onto Krama is going to make things super difficult, but Lethal taken out makes this job even more tough for Turkey to be able to pull it back right now. The 4v4 without Lethal is definitely not going to be company I would love to have. And now we approach 70% right here. The question is, what is Cabby going to do? The question is, we're going to hang around, throw the bomb up as we get some quick little lag. We'll see if it gets anybody. Unfortunately, it won't. The remake will come through, unfortunately. This is going to be very temporary reprieve, as I imagine it's just going to be Cabby stalling out point, going down, and this is going to flip over at about, I would say, 84%. And it shall be 85. It should be even more. They're stalling big time right now, actually, by the way. Oh my god.
Yeah, here's the problem, though. You only have a rush and a pulse bomb available on the side of Turkey. I don't exactly know what Portugal has in the bank, but, you know, it could definitely be the side of Portugal who do take this fight. This is last fight territory, though. You need to win this out if you're on the side of Turkey. Otherwise, we're going to be going to map number 2 automatically.
Yeah, and big sound, as we expected, the big Sound Bear and they could be working up to a second Graviton Surge already. Lethal is down, but 3 back over on the point means you can cause the flip, and now you can kind of just force your way around. You're gonna have a continued rush right now, but Ayumi cannot go down, or else the thing is cooked, and it might just be cooked. Farouk came back, res Lethal out of the spawn, by the way. No bomb available, so unfortunately, it's just these two going back and trying to touch. Farouk is going to cause the overtime stall, but unfortunately, I just don't think it's going to matter at all. Lethal is the last one alive. They will fall over, so it's going to be Portugal taking our first map away here.
Yeah, unfortunate situation there for the side of Turkey, just not being able to have their ults online fast enough in that situation. That first round was incredibly close, but unfortunately they were just at such a deficit going into that second round. You know, the percentage just got away from them a little too fast, and so at the end of the day, it is not going to be going the way of Turkey for that first map, but they could still reverse sweep here. They are going to have map pick and first ban, and it really could go either way still.
Yep. Very well could. We'll see where it goes. Again, it's still really back and forth. It's another scenario of simply Portugal being able to take really early leads on both points. The point where Turkey had to fight back the entire duration, which is never fun. You don't want to have to go through that, and unfortunately, they very much did have to go through that. And by the way, we got 52 people in here right now. Thank y'all very much for being here right now. We're doing our best to keep our eyes on this and giving you what we can in terms of our clean feed, but we'll see how it goes down. The moment that we have the actual... Oh, links are up. Links are up. Links are up.
Links are up.
Links are up. Okay, good. Good God, they are up. So specifically, it is... we need A up. Link
A up. Okay, hold on.
Okay, link A is going up.
Grabbing all of them. I'm grabbing all of them.
Okay, yep. Just have A up because I saw the other one went down, and I wonder why. It's because they probably are switching their thing over right now as we speak. So let's get the A1 up right now. I would still have the other stream up standing by just in case. But I think Commander X know. I'll let Commander X know. Actually, you know what? I trust. We'll see.
Do all of them say waiting for you?
Yeah, they will all say waiting, because they probably just went up fresh and have their own delay on it, so that's why we haven't seen anything quite yet. But hopefully, we'll get some good perspectives going into the second map ads. Oh, that's the other stream. Okay, I thought that was... Okay. Phew, I was about to say. We'll see. Either way, you know, not the best of situations. What's up?
The Turkey clean feed closed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I imagine they probably shut it down completely because they're swapping over to the regular clean feed right now. So we'll have that ready to go momentarily. They're going to be doing their picks for the next one. So the links are public for all the co-streamers available. So if you put like the application in like the form to do the games, you probably got an email that has these links inside of it. However, obviously we're not supposed to give them out or anything. But there's a lot of people doing a lot of different games. Obviously, we're doing the Portugal-Turkey one right now. Portugal took that first map away. So, obviously, if you want to stick around and watch it, cool. With the fact that the links are now out for other people, it means I believe other people are going to start pulling them up as well, as I'm sure everyone is becoming very aware very quickly that they're coming online. So, we'll see what happens. Yeah, no problemo. No problemo whatsoever, as... we're just waiting for them to get started with the second map here in a couple minutes' time. I know, yeah, it's pretty early already.
9:24, and we're not even close to being done.
Nope, we're it's only the second set of games of the day. Yeah, we have 6 sets total. Maybe more, depending if the tiebreaker is absolutely needed. So we'll see what happens there.
True. God, I'm hoping and also not hoping that there's tiebreakers, because I think it'd be really fun to watch tiebreakers in order to get that 5th, 4th slot, something like that. But I also hope there isn't, so I can sleep. So it's a very mixed emotions.
It is a mix of emotions, because again, I'm in the same scenario where I'm gonna do this, edit in all the VODs, and then go watch the second night of WrestleMania, then immediately have to fall asleep, and then wake up at like 4:15 tomorrow for work. Like it's a sequence of events. But
I don't have class tomorrow. Oh great.
Oh well, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Well, no class. Look at this guy.
Let's have 6 tiebreakers. Actually, I can do that.
Let's do it. Alpha, thank you for the follow. appreciated big time. We are, man, we have grown a lot this weekend. This has been kind of crazy so far. Y'all have been phenomenal coming out for these games. And hey, we still have a ton more left to go today. We're going to be deciding our top 5 here. And hey, one of those top 5 could definitely be either Turkey or Portugal, depending on how this goes down. Invading the stream over there. Yeah, where's my
Dude, yesterday I got two followers, bro. That shit was so nice to feel.
It is a good feel thing.
The second there's a clean feed for the second. There's a second clean feed link in the Turkey Discord. I think I don't know if they're using it though. Versus, I mean, it is showing bans. You can see bans. Turkey banned out Diva, and Portugal, I don't really know what they're going to be banning, but that is definitely something that
thank you, Styles, for the follow, big time. I have to clarify something.
What are we clarifying?
I have to clarify. Oh, there's a lot happening right now, so I have to do something. I just heard a thing.
Yeah, you got a follower. The Switzerland win over Turkey was juicy. Yeah, it was a very close series. It went all 3 maps. I mean, Turkey has had a lot of 3 mappers. Switzerland, Germany, or not Germany, excuse me, Belgium. So, you know, but all of the Turkey games have been really exciting to watch so far. Portugal banned out Widowmaker. We are going to Havana also. Just a little FYI.
Yep.
For those of
you. People are just piling in now. KTX Splash, thank you for the follow, very much so. Again, geez, there's a lot of people in here right now. It's kind of crazy. I can't lie.
Oh, KTX Splash, thank you for the follow. Oh, you double dipping. Oh, I appreciate that.
Hey,
I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
We'll take some double dipping. All right, I'll take that any day.
We'll take some double dipping. Hey, can everybody from Hunter just come over to my stream, please, so I can hit affiliate, please? I would appreciate that.
Oh,
Mega Ninja, my good. I appreciate it.
No, this has been awesome so far. It's unfortunate the way things have been. It's been unfortunate how the sequence of events has gone today so far, but everything is there.
No, Sereno, thank you for the follow.
Sereno, thank you for the follow as well.
Oh my gosh, chills. Oh, Stops, thank you for the follow. Holy chills.
It is crazy here today. Y'all coming up masses. We appreciate it so much. As you said, Turkey put up that second link, correct?
Yes, the second link is live right now. The other ones are not.
All right, so yeah, so our link does, this link does have a delay, so I have to I always have to clarify that with certain people. It's like, hey, this link has delay on it, which by the way they're in, so we're gonna swap like right now. By the way,
let me do a transition.
Yeah, so we're gonna swap over to that feed really quick while we have this moment right here, specifically because while the clean feeds are up, the sources haven't gone through yet. So we're going back to this source right here. Map 2 for Turkey versus Portugal. We'll see where things go from here as we're going to see first percent for now with the Wuyong as oh, Nevish? Like the Nevish? Hi, hello.
Oh my god. Wait.
Hi.
Wait. Oh my god, hi.
Hi there, how's it going?
Wow. That's... welcome in on KTX Splash. I appreciate you being in the chat. Wow, look at my mom's here too. It's a great day. Got some Overwatch.
Yeah, it's phenomenal right there. We'll keep going on this one though. We'll try to talk to everybody in chat whenever we have the opportunity. But right now, this game is going. It is Turkey's tournament life on the line right now as Dirt is in on this one, and unfortunately, Turkey is gone. Dirt has been defeated as this is gonna be a quick roll here for Portugal as Turkey just got to hit the big reset button, but should be enough time to set up for another fight for the first points. Except someone out there is really staggered. They're going to be able to barely get out alive, both of them.
Yeah, it is going to be lethal getting taken down a little bit late into that engagement. So a minute off the clock, but it does look like Portugal is going to be able to get this first cap almost instantaneously. Dirt going to have to kind of play a little slow right now. They are in a 4v5 situation. I don't think they'll be going for a touch here. We'll have to find out, of course. Oh yeah, Dirt's going in for a touch, but Braven already taken out. The Flux is not online. Nate's gonna go wide, and yeah, that's gonna be a fight win for Portugal.
Yeah, this might be a comp swap coming up. I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever. It's better for the second point, so like it's not as bad. But the unfortunate part is that is an extremely fast take. And yeah, Dirt over to the Ramatra. I absolutely love it. Gives him more sustainability, can start having fights a lot easier, and honestly, good for the close game as well.
Yeah, if Ramatra is definitely going to be a better swap here. Of course, Dirt's not going to probably be able to play that Roadhog in this encounter that he is so well known for. But now you kind of have to just whittle down time here if you are the side of Turkey, right? They had such a massive cap for that first objective, and so now you kind of have to make sure that time bank doesn't get as far and away from you as possible. It looks like Dirt is going to be going over to the contest here, but they have to make sure not to lose any players, as full health bars are dropping really low. The recall's already forced here, and that Dirt's going to have to back up.
Yeah, genuinely so. We'll see what ends up going down here. That cart has been non-stop going. Lethal gets solo grabbed. Okay. All right, buddy. You take the immediate trade with Karama, though, so you're back into a scenario. But you see Rafa back there is just running down this back line immensely so. And now Braven, all they can do is hide away and just let their health just naturally replenish itself.
Yeah, the Nano and the Wu Yang bubble are online here for the side of Turkey, so they definitely can make something happen, but they need to get rid of this time bank. There's still so much time on the board, as it does come through a little quick contest from the side of the Tracer, not able to find any picks, however, reversing the tide as the Emery. Oh, nice Nano onto this Zarya, onto this Emery to almost take care of that Zarya, but not going to be able to find anything. The override protocol from the Portugal side, not going to be able to find lethal, but there's not a lot of pressure left on this point for Turkey, as it looks like it's going to be a second cap incredibly fast. Yeah, another time bank refresh, 4 minutes and 50 seconds, and Turkey need to get something changing, otherwise this could be a very quick cap here.
Yeah, Ace is kind of rough. I don't know how I fully feel about the Ana, and it's not about what Ayumi can or cannot do. It's just been a little rough for them right there with the Ana Wu Young thus far. Plus, Dirt is just getting just taken down every time he peeks his hand longer for a second right there. Lethal's over on the Ashe, though. We saw this maneuver the other day, and to be fair, unfortunately, he came up just short with like the Bob just not being online in time. But it's Lethal. Just need to find those big shots, and for the time being, Tegolini gets hit with a pulse bomb, and now this could be a reprieve at last here for Turkey.
Yeah, I mean, the problem last time was that the Bob was just a couple percentage off, but I think Dirt was taken out of the engagement before they were able to really get anything done. So, now it is a situation where maybe you get a little bit more time to build up this Bob, and you can use it when you have more players alive on the side. As right now, Turkey do a good job of just making sure nobody is taken out of the equation just yet. A little bit of lag on my end, I think. But it's going to be... Oh, there's the rally. That's a really aggressive rally, and you got to make sure Dirt gets out alive.
And Dirt is hanging in there for now, has double care coming through, has to pop Annihilation just to be able to stay alive. That Pulse Bomb, though, should put an end to their life. But again, Dirt is still alive. Dirt has made a kryptonite or something, as they'll continue hanging in there. You see the pressure thrown over onto Tegolini. Headshot from Lethal to take care of some business, as once more, a hole here for the Turkish squad.
Yeah, a nice hold, a little bit of time taken off of the board here as Lethal is coming up on that mob. As right now it is looking like both of these teams are going to be trying to get something done. Not a lot of engaging. Oh, there's the Zarya grab, however. Nano gets applied to Lethal to try to get something done, but there's just so much damage getting applied. He's alive?
He's alive!
Amazing.
He lives through.
He is alive and well, actually. As Braven does find 2 picks. Dirt gets traded, however, so it is a 3v4 situation. And the tank is still alive from the side of Portugal, so it should definitely be able to come through. Bob is good, it's going to come through. He might get burned out here, but there goes Rafa, so it's probably going to be another hold here for the side of Turkey. A beautiful Bob in order to stabilize things.
Yeah, this has been a really good hold thus far here. 2.5 minutes till it's on the clock. Now no Graviton Surge to be able to work with. It's going to take almost the full duration to build up to that right there. So a lot of the ults have kind of reached the cooldown. Obviously, Pulse Bomb available here for Braven. Probably not too far behind for their counterpart, quite frankly. We'll see what ends up happening, as we're kind of just waiting for them to try to take the initiation on the fight. But Tidal Blast going to be used, and unfortunately, Big Boop actually comes through there as Tegolini again taken out by Lethal, and that's going to create another quick little reset as poor Tracer is stuck in the back line here. We're going to see if Karama can get out alive, and that they shall.
Yeah, now this time bank has dwindled heavily forward the side of Portugal. 2 minutes on the clock, and definitely is a winnable situation. 50% for this from Electro Annihilation though, so it's going to take a little bit of time in order to get done. Green keeps freezing, but right now, Lethal gets a nice shot onto that Juno. That's going to make it a 45 situation. It needs to get something done here for the side of Portugal in order to maybe get something. As a whoa, that's a lot of low health bars, and yeah, that's going to be a cleanup here for the side of Turkey. Trade comes through on the Lethal, but it's not going to matter all too much. Their spawn is right there.
Yeah, and now 1:20 left on the clock. This is really good territory, quite frankly. Braven is still holding this pulse spawn, which, to be fair, perfectly reasonable. It's a hard one to hit with the comp you're walking into. Annihilation should be back online for Dirt as well, but now you start to worry that Graviton Surge is building up further and further away as Orbital Ray has come in for Portugal to start making a little bit of room. Pulse arm ready to go. Braven thinks otherwise of it, though. It's in a bit of a weird scenario. It's going to be chucked out there. Unfortunately, no value to be found, and now jump scare there for Lethal, but Lethal does not tear Tigolini down, and now 45 seconds left as Lethal is still cleaning up the bodies, and Rafa, try as they might, they need to focus on their survival right now.
Yeah, Rafa going to be dropping low, has a bubble available. Wait. Oh, okay, pulled it a little early, so not going to be able to get the job done. We are going to be in a situation where the Nano Annihilation is online, 30 seconds left on the clock, so this is probably going to be last fight territory if Turkey are able to hold this. This would be a respectable hold, right? I think this could be definitely something that Turkey's able to maintain and push this to a map 3.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up going down right here as Lethal still just kind of playing from the top right now. You again know Dirt has us Annihilation ready to go, but Braven goes down early. This may cause you to back up momentarily right now. Rafa is low, but it's just too much care to hang around, so they're going to back around. Overtime is going to start ticking through, but you kind of want them to play in and be forced to kind of be in a hold of Annihilation, and Karama gets their head removed as Dirt is going to disappear for the moment as there's a black screen in front of our face. That's never good to see, but hey, it's back. Lethal's still alive. You see the Dirt with the Nano being thrown in. That Nano never needed it more than right now, as Ultimate's becoming very sparing for both of these squads right here. Braven overextends just slightly, but it's a big pull down as Rodafy down into the 4v4 Mega Ninja. Neither of these teams want to give it up, but now someone is going to have to be stunned away. Big Cleanse, though, is in time to hang around in there as Dirt seems to sustain through the spike. Remember, they have massive spawn advantage here in the back line, and with Rafa down, you would think this wouldn't be done and dusted, but it will finally end with Karama falling over. It will be the hold at the very last second here for this Turkish squad. Wow.
Yeah, really, really good showing there from the side of Turkey there in order to maintain that hold. They got a little bit of meterage towards the end there, but unfortunately, you know, I mean, oh, actually, no, I guess I should say well, it depends on what team you're rooting for. Portugal are not going to be able to get that full cap. They are going to be stopped right before third point, I would say. Definitely doable for the side of Portugal. I think that, you know, we've seen closer holds here on Havana, but we'll have to find out, of course. You know, as Turkey does approach this, I did really like that that Ash swap from the side of Lethal, but maybe they'll be back on that Emre for this attack. I think Emre is stronger than the Ash, but you know, it is going to just kind of be down to what the players are feeling here, but they can get this job done. We'll have to find out, of course.
Yeah, we'll find out pretty quickly here. We'll see what comes to form, as it's still not going to be an easy job for Turkey whatsoever. I mean, we just saw earlier on the full hold versus the fuller hold happening over on this map. So we'll see what Turkey's going to be able to do. I wonder if you just simply start on the Ash this time if you are Lethal instead. Right now, I see the Hanzo peeking out of my corner right there. So I think they're seeing if they're going to try to do a close hold or not, which it doesn't look like they're going to as of this moment.
Okay, to be fair, if Portugal did their research, they would know that a close hold against Turkey on Havana has worked before, because we did see Dirt try to sub over to that hog for just a couple of minutes and not get it done. We'll have to find out, of course, as right now we do see Farouk onto that Wu Yang here. I think that's a really good showing from them. Farouk on that wooing is so devastating. She's able to find insane picks. But we'll have to find out, of course, and see what's going to be the possibility here, as it does look like Turkey takes a lot of space here. Braven and Farouk taking that a little bit of an off angle here, and this Ana getting a nice nade on that corner definitely could be the answer that we're looking for.
Definitely could be. Back to the Zarya versus the Ramatra here. Ayumi still on this Ana that I think is really improved, especially with the style that they have gone with. Ayumi gonna get run down, but there's plenty of care as Braven will help finish them off. Second one of this fight already. Braven gets a third, and now it's a jump over onto the point as they're doing everything they can to try to get rid of Farouk, but it does not work out. The full wipe comes through, and now we need to reset the come here for Portugal to set up for another touch.
Yeah, really good. They are probably going to be able to get another fight, but a couple of ults are coming online here for the side of Turkey. Around 70% to both a nano and a pulse bomb. Something that could be massive here. The Ana, if they can land a good Nancy here, could go absolutely massive. And we do see that Tracer duel happening on that left side. That could be a critical point for the side of Turkey. If they're able to win that before the fight even engages, then they are going to be at an advantage here going into this fight.
Recall, both Tracers right there. Let's see how the one goes down. No one particularly looks a lot of the ultimates, but I imagine Obed is becoming right around the corner as Dirt gonna be burnt down, and that fight should be dusted as a result. At least you would entirely think so, but with Raven going down, such will definitely be the case. As Lethal would love to maintain this high ground, but I think for the time being, just has to keep an eye on anybody who wants to try to peek up here and have some fun, we should say.
Close to the Bob, however, that could be something that changes the tides for the side of Turkey. They just need to get a couple more meters on the board. But yeah, I don't think that on is going to repeat at that angle. We could be oh so lucky as this Bob is going to be coming online. The Tracer gets a little bit of pressure on. Here's the Bob going to be down main, and we're going to have to see if that's going to be enough for Turkey. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Bob got slept for a moment in time right there, but is currently trying to clear out the point. It's Big burning over onto the Zarya, trying to run as they might. They're barely hanging around in there, by the way. Somehow, this is staying in Portugal's control as you throw this onto the, maybe the Nano over onto Lethal to try to burn the bodies away. It's doable. There's back into a 3v3 right now as you need to find this headshot. Big anti as Braven is able to find the finishes. Karama wants to find a retouch. That they shall, but it will not matter. Turkey gonna get through with just under 4 minutes on the clock. It takes a lot, but it is well worth it.
Yeah, I was holding my breath a little bit there towards the end, managing to get that in a really quick manner. As Portugal also did use that Ray at the last moment, so not going to have that online for this next fight. And if Turkey can cap this with a relatively large time bank, or a relatively normal-sized farm bank, then they can make that third point definitely happen in their favor. But they kind of have to lock in a little bit more in the second point. You know, they can't get held for 2-3 fights, otherwise they're not going to really have a time bank available to them.
Yeah, Karama gets an early takedown over onto Farouk, so Eruption are going to be coming their way as they're going to try to chip away at a little bit of progress, but Dirt hanging on the high ground. Eventually, Dirt just has to go on the run a bit here and take the quick reset. We'll see, though, because Lethal, again, is just trying to take these side lines, and he's trying to find somebody, but so very little people willing to peek as Lethal is currently getting jumped, and Karama is going to pay for it.
Yeah, really good care in order to keep Lethal alive, but the grab is going to come online here onto Lethal. They've recognized the alpha threat, I think, but a nice bolt bomb going to stabilize things just a little bit. Maybe they're able to get that Juno, but no, it doesn't look like it, as this Tracer going to try their best to stabilize, but they're not going to be able to find it. Annihilation is up from Dirt, going to be able to find that kill onto the Juno. The Zarya is main. They have to choose a target. It's either the Emre or the Zarya. They are going to need to use the Emre. However, a nice trade onto Ayumi is going to make it a little bit more difficult, as Dirt, a man alone on an island, has to back up just a little bit as the rest of his team comes back.
Yeah, Lucas, thank you very much for the follow as well. You are appreciated big time. But we are focusing on this. It's 2:15 left over on the clock. Right now, Turkey have found a struggle for them as Lethal needs some care and needs it now as Pulse Bomb thrown out. Not going to find any recipients right now as Dirt, remember, used Annihilation during that last fight. Not going to be available for a hot minute as Lethal, a couple of good shots, but no finish over onto the Juno. As Dirt, again, is kind of just fighting for their existence, like, on every passing turn. It's been really rough right now, but if Dirt can stay alive, you can create this duration, especially with a Bob around the corner. It can create a ton of space for them. I think the moment Lethal get this online, I think you'll see this get thrown into the corner to take some space. And with it being a tentative 4v4, I think they're willing to pull the trigger here.
Definitely something that they can consider. The Tracer getting a little bit of an issues. Oh my gosh, and there's now a Zari to deal with it. But they are going to give it a nano to Lethal. It seems like they're reserved specifically for him, as now the Zarya taking all the damage in the world. Raven getting taken down, but it's 2 picks from the side of Turkey. A nice one from Rod, however, going to make things a little bit more even. This Bob is still online, however, as it is going to be a Tracer contesting the objective. The Juno is back from the side of Portugal, but the Ana gets hit with a nice headshot. Sleep goes on to Lethal, but Rod is taken down. So this should be Turkey's to take, especially with Dirt still alive.
Yeah, that is amazing right there, that pull-off right there. And you still see a little pressure over on the point. Right now, Dirt is struggling once more to stay alive. He's going to be able to. You have a Bob available, worst case, and I think you're using this Bob here just to really solidify, like, hey, we want to make sure we take this right now. Big big sleep coming through momentarily. They're going to pop back up and around. This thing's not over quite yet, especially as Dank Punky managed to get one. Lethal is able to hide behind the skylight. We'll be able to stay alive, and I think at this point right now, I think the damage may have already been done, but you still have a lot of health on that point right there. Is eventually going to burn down Rafa, but the damage has been too expensive so far. They'll hang around. Dirt just has to go into this point and try to pop it off right now. So low on cooldowns, though. It's down to the 2v1. It will not go Karama's way, and now it's the last body over on the point. Tank Pancake needs to survive. They shan't, and with 1:50 left on the clock, Turkey's fate is in their own hands.
That was a disgusting sleep onto the Nano Emre. Unfortunately, does get woken up almost immediately. But I mean, that sleep was disgusting. As yeah, Turkey are going to be able to cap this, but now they don't have a large time bank to work with. They do have a couple ults on the board, but they had to use a lot in order to get the job done. They had to use the bubble, they had to use the bob, and so now it's going to be difficult for Turkey to get this over the edge. As right now, I mean, the Zarya, yeah, there's the grab, going to be online, going to be able to find 2 picks onto the backliner, so that's probably going to be a reset here for Turkey, which, I mean, they're already outside of their spawn, so it's not a huge issue to lose this engagement. Yeah,
you don't hate this because you're unlikely to build to another grab in a minute. You don't have to worry about it now for the next minute in time. So if you go in these straight next 2 fights with this, knowing there's no grab to stop you, you're in a good position. But Portugal are going to play it close, at least for right now, specifically because they know they have a 2-fight difference. There's no reason for them to have to fully back up unless they feel like their lives are in so much danger that they have to back up as a result. But they're going to get burnt away once more, using more ultimates to try to sustain through this fight, and fall over once more they shall.
Yeah, but the Ray was utilized from the side of Portugal, so even though they're losing these fights, they are utilizing critical ults in order to get the job done from the side of Portugal. They used the Ray, they used the grab, and so they're not going to be online here for these next upcoming fights, but Turkey need to win, I would probably say 2 more fights in order to get the job done, and then 30 seconds left, they're going to have to win with this very little ultimate online.
Yeah, we'll see. Dirt is, they're using so much. They're just trickling these in once after another. The full wipe is potentially going to come through, as you see Braven currently hiding away. And now it's all about Braven getting another touch, because this is Turkey's tournament life on the line. They need to win back-to-back fights to stay alive. And now with 5 seconds left, they're going to go out and be able to easily recommit to a touch. But it's been really good right now for this Portugal squad to do what they want to do. Pulse Bomb, I think, is ready to go, unfortunately. Hasn't pulled the trigger yet. As you see how much pressure is coming out there, Dirt needs to be kept alive. It's literally a do-or-die situation right now, especially as no more Nemesis form. Lethal is getting punished right now. Eventually, you see him fall over, as you'll be able to see the cleanup start to come through for the rest of this squad. A little bit more stall over on the point. Rafa trying to build up as far as they can, but now, with them getting a bunch of progress here, this is going to be it right here, Mega Ninja. Down to 1 final fight.
Yeah, the Wu Yang bubble is online. I think the Annihilation is also as well. So Turkey have a couple things in the back pocket, but Portugal probably are going to be kind of, I'm going to say kind of close to a grab. I don't know the exact numbers, but I mean, this could definitely still go the way of Turkey or Portugal. It's going to really all be down to how these ultimates come online here. As you just have to hope that Dirt doesn't take enough too much poke damage in the neutral before you get close enough to this objective in order for it to really matter.
Yeah, you see the backline right there. Karama overextends a little too far, and Bob is going to be thrown all the way into the backline. That means peaks are going to be difficult. Rafa gets taken out by the Pulse Bomb. They're going to be trucking on forward right there. Last second done to take down Tank Pancake out of the fight. Turkey will keep their chances alive. We will head over to a map 3 to settle this one.
Holy Toledo. As Turkey, yeah, gonna be able to get it done at the very end, make it a map 5 gigabang, or make it a map 3. I'm so used to saying map 5 gigabanger, but no, map 3 all the way at the very end. I mean, really good stuff from both of these teams. I mean, it was close. It went down to last fight on Havana. So now, unfortunately, Portugal going to be able to have map pick and first ban. So we're gonna have to see how Turkey really respond to that.
Yeah, it is going to be really fascinating to see how that ends up going down, as I'm taking a quick look over and see how things are going over here. Are things working yet? We'll find out momentarily. But either way, map 3 going to be online for Turkey and Portugal. Remember, winner keeps their chances alive. The loser, unfortunately, not a chance at getting into that top 5. So it's going to be fascinating because it's very back and forth between these squads. And at this stage of the game, man, again, it has been a struggle for Turkey. Let's make that very apparent. But they're doing a really good job keeping themselves in it, making the proper adjustments. Everything from the Ramatra to the Ashe works out beautifully for them.
Yeah, really good stuff. I'm sorry. The links all just dropped.
So we'll set up for the actual link now, I believe. So um
No. I meant the clean feed links
yeah,
from.
that's what I'm saying. We'll pull those up now. Is what I'm saying. Is we'll use that one for the
I'm
third
saying
one.
they're not working.
A stream is currently up.
Is A stream working now?
A stream's
okay,
working.
because when I was looking at it, it said that the video had been taken offline.
Right. No, it's live. It'll be good to go. So we'll have it ready for the third and final map of the series. So we'll see what happens. This is a very balanced game. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It's kind of Overwatch is a little bipolar like that. Sometimes it's not. I don't know. It's weird to describe Overwatch because it's very unique in its design. But there are some metas where we come by where it's like, hey, are you not playing these like 5 or 6 characters? No? Okay, you've lost. GG.
Yeah. That does happen on occasion. But I think that there are sometimes still situations. Okay, is your C stream working at all? I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I'm not even worried. As long as my A stream works, I could not.
Okay, all right. Then I'm not gonna worry about it either. I'm gonna pull up A. I'm gonna leave A. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna go all the way down. Let's see if I can get the results from the other matchups just really quickly. If I can update everybody about how it's going for the other teams that they might be wondering about. Let's see. Ireland is going to a map 3 against Belgium right now. That is actually incredible. Greece lost. Wait, Greece lost? Yeah, Greece lost to Israel. Very interesting. That's very insane.
Yeah, that is very insane. It's a rough situation. Man. Mentioning of the games that happened before this set as well, I feel like that's kind of worth bringing up as have they even been updated properly? They have. Okay, yeah, they have. So earlier on, before we head into this game right here, Latvia took down Bahrain 2-0. Iceland beat Czech Republic 2-1 to keep themselves in it, and then Italy beat Estonia 2-1 to keep themselves in it right here. And as we talked right there, Israel just beat Greece 2-1, and Ireland beat Belgium in the map 3. So that's pretty interesting. So we are the last one right now with Turkey and Portugal heading into map 3 very shortly.
Oh wait! Ireland secured the map 3 win.
Ireland secured map 3, yeah.
Oh wow! Okay, that's very interesting. That's gonna definitely make things more interesting in terms of the standings, because Belgium, I think that means they're eliminated. So we're getting a lot more teams on the eliminated side. Estonia, Belgium going to be taken out of the running. I mean, this one is gonna be I think Turkey is trying desperately to keep their chances alive and well. But this could still go both ways. We'll have to find out, of course, as it is going to be Portugal getting that claim up and running. But we're just waiting on the map pick to come through.
Yeah, because we still technically have the other feed should shut down as well just now. So so we're just fully committing to this one, so I can properly close this one and use this one properly. But hey, we have 69 people in the chat. Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. Ure, hello, Ure. How you doing today? How you doing?
Wow. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in to me and Hunter's stream. Just getting some EMEA Conference Cup for the last day. Very, very fun. We do have... Oh. Okay, so we are going to Atlas. Turkey... These bans must be flipped. Turkey's banned Emre?
That'd be fascinating. Turkey being Emre. To be fair, I don't mind it at all, because I think maybe this is lethal, just hard committing to everything else.
True.
I think right now it has been really, really difficult this entire time to kind of run the Emre back, because they are just hard shutting it down. That's kind of the big issue right now. So I like the fact that they're just deciding, hey, let's not have to deal with that at all. Screw it. Why not? You're right. We are doing great. We're tired, I would say, a little bit, but it has been a long weekend. This is the last day we've got for the Conference Cups, and we are excited to close it out, as it's been an extremely successful week, and it's been a pleasure being here.
Have you been getting that YouTube glitch where whenever there's a live stream from YouTube, the chat just like won't go away? Like you try to exit out, but it just won't close.
Not particularly, no.
Okay, because that just like is just like I can't close chat for some reason on this clean feed. Are you using the Turkey clean feed or are you using
I'm using the
OW?
regular OW one now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'll close this one from.
Reason Taki, thank you very much. We appreciate it so much. Like the biggest thing right here is we're doing this because there are a lot of amazing players that we just want to be able to show off and show what they can do. Because a lot of these players don't always get the opportunity to play in front of this many people, or even like have stream matches for that matter. So it's awesome just to have them on here and be able to see them, and honestly to have all of y'all be able to see them as well. But hey, you guys, guess what? Get to see a little bit more of them because we are getting ready to head into our third and final map here. Turkey versus Portugal. The winner keeps the tournament life alive. The loser, unfortunately, will have to hope for another year.
Actually, I think Portugal, they're 3-1 right now. So
are they? Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So technically, Turkey's the only one fighting for their career.
For the career.
For the run, for life. Turkey need to win this out. Lethal is on the Cassidy. That's definitely interesting. We'll have to see if that plays well with the composition as the Sojourn moving on the side of Portugal.
Yeah, Gabby is just being blitzed into right now. Needs care right this moment. Ronaldinho somehow gets hit with the stray. Kunai will be taken down as Cabby is Lily pressed against the wall. Eventually is going to fall over. They made it their sole objective to get rid of him. The question is it going to work out? The question is, I don't know. We're at a 3v3 right now. Tigolini is running for their existence as Cabby needs to run back as fast as humanly possible.
Really good showing there from Turkey. Despite being down 2, getting that first cap, so they are going to be able to take some advantages of getting that first cap. They're unlocking 20%, as it does look like Farouk is going to be dropping onto that objective, and Farouk is back and going to keep stalling as Lethal finds another one onto that Sojourn from the side of Portugal. So now, right, it's looking like this could go either way. You know, the tank is still alive, Kabi should be back, but it looks like Turkey is going to be able to hold.
We'll see for now. 50% already online. Parama gonna have a pulse bomb. Brave not too far behind, but the biggest thing is that Kitsune Rush. Yumi is a solid 10 to 15 ahead right now. If they're able to pull this trigger the moment it comes out, it'd be massive for them because there's absolutely no response waiting by. But Parama, very smart, is going to force that drop from Raven over on the point. But Rafa down early is devastating. And Lethal gonna quickly get some of that ammo back by using the Deadeye, and now first point should be very secure here for Portugal, just looking for a little bit of cleanup over onto Dank, and that they shall, as Turkey starting incredibly strong.
Yeah, really coming back into form here. I think they're realizing what they need to do in order to make sure that it goes in their favor. You know, just take the Emery off of the board and make things, you know, go in their favor. I mean, a lot of ults going on here for the side of Turkey coming up on 4. Portugal does make that swap over to the Orisa off of that Zarya as Rod incredibly low, gonna have to stabilize a little bit. And this pulse bomb can go massive for Kurama, but I mean, this could be a situation in which Portugal kind of fade out some ults here from the side of Turkey.
Oh, what a stick, but a bigger cleanse here from Ayumi to shut it down as Kitsune Rush. Kabi eventually going to fall over. It's a 4v4. Do you dare use your beat here if you need to? But Farouk, big pick coming through. Looks like they're going to be able to clean up another fight here as it's just Tia Golini eventually going to fall over. And Turkey going to start out with map, or I should say point number 2 here as they hold on to the sound barrier to match Rod FDs.
Yeah, really good stuff here from the side of Turkey in order to get that first cap. They have a couple of ultimates online here, but the problem is this high noon going to be good enough? Rafa on that Orisa can just spear it out. That is definitely something to consider. But I mean, with that spear already being utilized, they could absolutely pull it here. The overclock does get pulled here from the side of Portugal. The piece is utilized from both sides. The high noon also online here for the side of Lethal. Doesn't find any picks. Not going to be pulled, just creating a lot of space, gets pulled, not finding any picks, and so now Portugal going to be able to re-engage with a little bit of stuff. They don't have anything on the table for them to use.
Yeah, not a whole lot here, but Rafa is trying to sustain through, does have the ability to come up over on this terror surge very soon, but Raven taken out by Rod FD. Gabby now has to, I was going to say, has to make the choice of whether or not to pull the Annihilation. He's going to say, yes, we're going to hang in here. We're going to do everything we can to sustain through. Connie is going to still, or I should say, Cabby, I should say, is going to be able to have more sustainability. Nemesis form back online, but Rafa is having absolutely none of it right now. Tries to run down Lethal. Lethal is still being kept up as eventually Cabby is going to fall over, and Turkey is to throw their bodies over onto the point. If they can burn Rafa, maybe there's a chance, just maybe, but the flip comes to at 99, and it looks like Turkey is going to be hitting the reset button.
Yeah, they are going to be trying to get these later, these a little bit of stagger picks as Lethal trying their absolute best to stay alive, not able to grab the Omega in time. So that is a little bit of a late kill there. But 99% to 20 right now, a really good start here for the side of Turkey. Trying to secure that second point. They are going to have a lot of ults online. That rush is coming online. Could go, I don't know, Portugal's going to have a match as right now, it's looking like this is going to be a really interesting fight here as both these teams pretty even in ultimates to make the job done.
Very much even so. Who's going to rush going to be matched right out the gate. Lethal, remember, is going to be able to have this ready to go. Big stick over onto Cabby, who is just hard separated right now. Needs care absolutely right now as that pulse bomb from Braven needs to be absolutely big. Remember, Rod FD is just behind on that sound barrier right now, and I think it's going to end up costing them. They've already lost out on their DPS line, and now Portugal going to be backed up. Turkey cleaning up shop. Should realistically be able to claim the second point, and now they are not at just map point. They are on match point to keep their lives alive. They're just one away from doing it.
Yeah, they have a little bit of leeway now. Even if they do drop a point here, it's not going to be the end of the world, as Portugal going to be coming up on a lot of ults here. They're going to have their Terra Surge, their Overclock, and their Beat online. Farouk did have to use their Beat in the last encounter. They're not going to have support ults. But if they do find something in the neutral here that would be huge for Turkey, maybe they can try to go for a first cap and just kind of stall and let Portugal use their ults in order to get the job done.
Yeah, Braven is just being a menace at the back line, making sure to take somebody's attention away consistently right now. Dank Punkcake is probably holding on to that cleanse specifically for this fact right here, but he's not going to be able to find the finish. Rod FD going to let things loose. They're going to double down on ultimates here. No one down initially, but everyone's forced away. Lethal is set on a trip over off the side of the edge right there. Will get finished off as Portugal is going to be able to take this point away. But for Turkey, I imagine they're not too sad about it. They use 0 ultimates compared to both used by Portugal.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The Pulse Bomb is still online here for the side of Braven, and they're going to be building up to their Annihilation and their High Noon, but Portugal had to use their Terra Surge and their own Beat. That was a massive usage from Portugal. The Overclock has to go massive for this next encounter. Otherwise, Turkey could absolutely take this. And yeah, I did, encounter wrong, but unfortunately, you know, I'm tired. Give me a little bit of credit, but this Pulse Bomb, it's going to be a Pulse Bomb versus Overclock in this situation in order to potentially get the flip here.
Yeah, we'll have to see right now. I fell behind for just a second, so I'm going to quickly speed up during this fight a little bit. But, hey, either way, things exciting as they are. We're trying to get this one rocking and rolling right here. You're seeing a lot being thrown right now to try to stay alive in this one. Braven, though, is going to be down first and foremost as Portugal are going to be finding a big cleanup here as Turkey 80% and counting, as they are very unlikely to secure this, so they're going to move on, I think, to that fourth point and just try to set up there instead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's perfectly fine for Turkey to do. They do pop that High Noon, but it is High Noon. They have all 4 of their ults back online, so unfortunately, Portugal is going to be able to get set up first on this objective, but I mean, there is a good chance that they win this fight out in terms of just using their ultimates. They have to make sure not to over-ult. That could definitely upset their ult economy, and you don't want to be refreshing in the 1920s for America. Right now, as first dropping your low, it gets taken down, they're rushing to this equalize, and a nice ult launches out of Rissa, not going to be able to take it down. The Reaper also going to be able to transfer the lethal. Rod is also going to be able to get one before getting traded out, as it does look like Turkey commits 2 ults and doesn't get the job done.
Yeah, Kabi's still alive, by the way. So they're still in this. Wait, what? And yeah, they're going to pop an Annihilation, because why wouldn't you? And now it's a 2v1 over on the point. Everyone's rushing back, and Rafa, all you can do is give up the point. That is a massive comeback for Turkey.
Yeah, a couple of ults that were forced from Turkey. You know, that you had to pop that Annihilation, you had to pop that Rush, but they are going to be able to secure that first cap. So now they're going to be coming up on 15%. They have that beat, which is going to be so massive. But Portugal have the ult advantage to this Terra Surge. Not known for running that many picks, but definitely could be utilized and impactful for this next incoming. Wow, nice 2 shots from people there.
Yeah, almost is taken out from the spear right now. They're rotating that back line. Remember, Sound Bear ready to go for Farouk. They move to keep Karama away as well. Rafa does have the ability to use his Terra Surge, but immediately Farouk can activate this, and all you can do here, Rafa, is just hold on to it for as long as you can. It's used by both sides, though, so unfortunately, Deadeye not going to find a ton right here. It's just going to take all that overhealth charge away from Rod FD. As you see, Cabby forced the way over onto the point. Not a whole lot of resources left. They're eventually going to fall on over, and the rest of Turkey right now are going to have to try to throw their bodies over on this point as Tigolini gets rid of 2, as Raven will be the last subject on the point here. We'll be able to solve the thing up pretty far. Gonna get this thing up to that 90%. Marco has help from Farouk, and with 91%, Turkey realistically need 1 more fight left, as Lethal is gonna go match the Sojourn.
Yeah, Portugal now going to have 2 ults online, the overclock and the rush, which should be absolutely crucial in order for Portugal maybe to secure another fight win. But Turkey can play slow. They can build their ults up. They can try to build for their own rush. Lethal did just pop over that own Sojourn, but there's the overclock coming through online here from the side of Portugal. But Kurama already taken off the board. That's going to be a 45 situation. Raven finding another one. Wait a minute. This could go either way. As Raven finding another one. The overclock finally does get some value here, but Lethal finding another. That's going to be left to just the Sojourn. The foot comes through, and Turkey might be able to take this.
Yeah, Kurama's the only one that even has like a reasonable thing of like potentially touching, but they're going back on ball. They're pushing Kurama. Try as they might, they're gonna be just short. Turkey, they clutch it up. They're gonna keep themselves alive. So both these teams will now have a record of 3-2, with their last game is going to decide their tournament lives. It has been an insane weekend for both of these teams right here, and they push it nearly to the limit for good cause.
Wow, that was incredibly close, but at the end of the day, it is going to be Turkey taking that win. A beautiful showing, beating out Portugal, who have been kind of going on a rampage throughout, the OWWC Conference Cup rounds, as they've been taking on some pretty talented opponents and being able to win that. So really good win there for Turkey in order to keep their tournament lives alive, or tournament lives alive. Golly, that was difficult to say for some reason, but no, they're going to now be getting into a good position here as one more round for Turkey in order to make sure they go as high up as possible and maybe force a tiebreaker.
Yeah, it's a really good scenario for them, everything in consideration. So now, like I said, they moved to 3-2. We do not know who their final opponent is going to be, but we are going to be covering that game later on, no matter what it shall be. But